It's a good point you're bringing up. I was also invited to attend. Unfortunately, I could not make it to Miami this year. But people were sending me videos of certain speakers saying, "Look, this is a cult. Look what's going on over here. It's like a circus down there."
Yeah.
Do you think that takes away a lot of the power from Bitcoin, the shine from Bitcoin?
Well, it's a conversation, I always say about this has nothing to do with Bitcoin. This has to do with the criminal operations called the Federal Reserve Bank.
It's an honor, Robert, and we have a lot of ground to cover today. I love how you say it. I've known you for a long time, and you hate whiners. And now you're saying, look, with the correction we're seeing in the crypto space, now's your opportunity, right?
That's exactly it. You buy low, you sell high. But all these idiots buy high and then whine. I think it's funny. And it's not Bitcoin, it's any investment in the world. So I just wait for the crash, and that's how you get rich. And then everybody complains.
I know in a recent tweet you were saying you were actually waiting for Bitcoin to fall to 27,000. Now, as we're speaking today, that's about 10,000 away for you to buy more. So right now, you feel comfortable with the exposure and position you have in Bitcoin?
Well, I'll explain. It only caught my interest when it hit 20,000. I think it was 2013 or something. I said, how high is it going to go? That was the question. So 20,000. That was an all-time high when I got interested. If it got to 20,000 today, I'd be more interested. But back then, 20,000 was a high. Then it traced back down to, I think, 3,000. And I said, okay, I'll just see how far it'll fall. Then it hit 7. I said, oh my God. And then it picked up 9. I saw the momentum picking up behind of it. So I backed up the truck at 9. And so I'm sitting fat and happy. It bounces around at 30,000. If it hits back to 27, wonderful. If it goes to 20, oh my God, thank you. And it's the way an investor looks at things, not a gambler.
And speaking of which, I know you're also exposed to Ethereum, but with other coins such as Doge, you've said that those are just mania buys for you, correct?
Right. That's a very good word here. There's booms, busts, and mania. And they just had the crypto conference down in Florida. I would love to have attended, but I didn't. But my friend who did attend said she was pretty disappointed in it, that it was just one big show. It was a lot of flash, a lot of cash, a lot of talk, and a lot of parties. But she said, I didn't learn anything. And I said, that's because it's a mania. Everybody's nuts right now.
It's a good point you're bringing up. I was also invited to attend. Unfortunately, I could not make it to Miami this year. But people were sending me videos of certain speakers saying, look, this is a cult. Look what's going on over here. It's like a circus down there.
Yeah.
Do you think that takes away a lot of the power from Bitcoin, the shine from Bitcoin?
Well, it's a conversation, I always say about this has nothing to do with Bitcoin. This has to do with the criminal operations called the Federal Reserve Bank. This is my friend's book here, The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. And I wasn't a good student, but I do study. And once you understand how the Fed operates, see what happened, there was a third federal bank. It started in 1913. You know what else started in 1913? The IRS. So you put 2 and 2 together, and what do you spell? You're being screwed. So this has nothing to do with Bitcoin and all this. And so for me, this is called gold. This is God's money. This is, I think it's an eagle. This here is a silver eagle. This is real money. And then you have this thing called Bitcoin, but really I'm kind of interested in blockchain more than Bitcoin. But the two things, Danielle, is this stuff is liquid. This is liquid. You can't even buy it today. So if I said, hey, I got a gold coin for sale, my gold dealers would pick it up from me immediately. And so one of the things I like about Bitcoin, it has some degree of liquidity, or it claims it does. So it's not like real estate. When I buy a piece of real estate, it's illiquid. And so if I make a mistake, I can't get out of it. And so right now I'm having trouble with a property in Portland, Oregon. I should never have bought the damn thing, but it had a boat dock.
And that's what appealed to you.
Yeah, but you know, I got sucked into the boat dock. But anyway, today it's packed with homeless people.
Right.
I can't get out. I mean, literally, physically, I can't get in and I can't get out, and nobody wants to buy it. See, that's the trouble with real estate. It's illiquid. Now, this here is called paper. You know, this is how do you spell Zimbabwe? Mm. This is the U.S. dollar. This is the future of the U.S. dollar. It's a piece of paper, and millions of people are working for this. They're chasing Bitcoin, which is not a bad idea, but this is God's money. It's been here since planet Earth was started. So every time people say, is it gold, silver, Bitcoin, it's just not this. That's all I'm saying. I want anything but this. But every school teacher, because they're all highly unionized, this is what they want. And my complaint over the years, Danielle, is why don't they teach kids about money at school? But the reason is those idiot school teachers, which my family is a bunch of idiots because they all went to school, they're professors and all this, they love this stuff. Every teacher loves this stuff. And they teach this to the kids. You should love this stuff. And I'm going, well, that's 10 million Zims. Which would you rather have? A $30 gold eagle or 10 million Zim?
Yeah, and Robert, that's what, I admire that about you, because I've interviewed you now for, over 10 years. And you've been saying this for 10 years, but I think you were so ahead of it. People didn't get it over a decade ago, and they're like, what does Robert want people to teach in schools? But this generation, like you said, yes, gets it, right?
They're smarter.
Right.
This millennial generation is a lot more aware because of this little piece here, the cell phone. So they're aware, but they're just as stupid as my parents.
I want to circle back to the Bitcoin gold, but first, you mentioned the real estate. Robert, we know you've made millions and fortunes in real estate. So, you discussed the issues you're having in Portland. Has this caused a mind shift for you? Will you be exposing yourself less to real estate investments now? Has the pandemic changed your course here in terms of your strategy?
No, but when you're, because the boom bust or mania, so the mania is also in the real estate market, in the residential market, but it's also my primary focus, apartment houses, which has really been a good market because the Fed cannot move, I hate to say this, illegals into it. They can move it into your hotel, but they can't move them into your apartment houses. So the apartment house business has been fabulous. Last week, we picked up another $160 million apartment house in Houston. Interest rates are so low, but the problem was there were so many bidders on it. So when there's so many bidders on one piece of property, because there's so much cash, you have to be smarter. And so it's in a good way, it forced us to become less complacent and smarter, clearer on how we plan to make money in the ups and downs of a turbulent market. So I still love real estate, but it's not real estate I love, it's because I can use debt. Who else is going to give me $160 million but the Fed? God bless them.